Hey, we are excited to welcome to the show Michael Shellenberger. He's a best-selling author of the book Apocalypse Never. He's the independent journalist who worked on the fourth installment of the Twitter Files. It's good to see you, Michael.
Good to be with you.
Michael, so here's the thing. What do you make of this push by House Republicans to set up a special select committee on what it calls a weaponization of the government to do censorship on Twitter?
Yeah, well, I think it's important for all Americans to be concerned about some of the abuses that we have uncovered in our research into the Twitter Files. I say this as a political independent, somebody that used to be a Democrat. All Americans should want an FBI that is not subject to political pressures or is politicized in any way. We also saw the FBI engaging in really excess involvement, I would say, in chasing down so-called foreign influence and finding very little of it within Twitter, and having Twitter repeatedly tell the FBI that they were not finding significant foreign influence. And so at a very minimum, what we saw was a waste of FBI time chasing down a phenomenon that was not very significant at all. But more maximally, what we could potentially be looking at is some effort involving former FBI agents in attempting to influence the 2020 election. And that's a very serious charge. I don't have the proof of that, but I think there is enough smoke that the potential fire that was going on there should be investigated by Congress, and everybody, no matter your politics, should want to investigate that.
Yeah, to your point, people are saying that's really dangerous, what you just pointed out. I mean, Jim Jordan is saying the FBI used Twitter as a permanent, ongoing surveillance operation for censorship. They're going to demand White House emails, memos, phone calls. They're getting the FBI director to get information out of him. But Michael, you note in your installment of the Twitter Files that the FBI was so eager to get Twitter to censor that it gave Twitter workers top secret security clearances. What was that about?
Well, it was to share top secret documents with them, and we don't have all those documents. I mean, we were able to get a lot, and it was really a question of just human resources at a company like Twitter that's undergoing a lot of change right now. But there's much more that needs to be investigated. There should be an examination of correspondence from within FBI and the White House. So there's multiple things going on here. It's hard to keep track of them all the time, but we saw inappropriate levels, I believe, of FBI pressure on Twitter. We also saw FBI and former FBI agent involvement in an effort to basically debunk, before the Hunter Biden laptop became public knowledge, the possibility of something coming out about Hunter Biden. We have a former head of Twitter safety saying that he had been specifically warned that there would be a hack and leak operation involving Hunter Biden's laptop. That's some very suspicious behavior that we're looking at there, given that the FBI had Hunter Biden's laptop starting in December 2019, and then for FBI agents to specifically warn Twitter that laptop might become public in October, while FBI was also spying on Rudy Giuliani, who of course made the laptop available publicly. That's some very fishy behavior, and maybe it's all a big coincidence, and maybe we're seeing patterns that aren't real, but it certainly merits a congressional investigation, and one that all Americans, whether you're Republican, Democrat, or Independent, should support.
Michael, what worries you the most about all of this?
Well, it's just what I said. It's the politicization of the FBI. You heard Jim Jordan there say the weaponization of the FBI. It's really that we do not want our most important law enforcement organization in our country to be interfering in the election, to be taking sides with political candidates. Again, that's not something anybody should want, even if it was happening against a particular candidate or particular party. So we just need to get to the bottom of this, and that's why I welcome those investigations.
Michael, we'll have you back on. That was a great interview. Thanks for your information. It's good to see you.